If you feel stuck right now, even though your life looks completely fine on the surface, what I'm about to share might explain exactly why. You probably think the real threat to your potential is failure. You think making a massive mistake, facing rejection, or taking risk that doesn't pan out is what will ruin your life. But the truth is much quieter and much more dangerous. The real threat to your potential is comfort. In the next few minutes, I am going to show exactly how comfort quietly kills your ambition, where your brain is literally wired to keep you trapped in a cycle of easy choices, and how introducing the right kind of discomfort can completely unlock your growth again. If you have ever felt restless, unfulfilled, or like you are capable of so much more, but somehow you are just not moving forward, I need you to know that you are not imagining. There is a real psychology in neuroscience behind that exact feeling. By the end of this video, you will understand why comfort is the most dangerous force in your life, how it slowly shrinks your future, and what you can start doing today to break out. Comfort does not feel dangerous. That is precisely what makes it so lethal. It feels earned, it feels safe, it feels like peace. When you finally get the decent job, find a stable routine, and have enough money to order takeaway and watch a screen on Friday night, society tells you that you have made it. You are safe, but here is the uncomfortable truth that most people never confront. Comfort is one of the most effective ways your potential quietly dies. It does not happen in a dramatic way. It does not happen all at once. It happens slowly, softly, and silently. Comfort never walks up to you and tells you to stop trying. It simply whispers in your ear that you can always do it later, and later becomes month, then next month become next year, then 5 years pass in blink of an eye, and suddenly you're living in a life that looks completely fine on the outside but feels strangely empty on the inside. The reason this happened has everything to do with how your human brain was built. Your brain was not designed for growth, self-actualization, or reaching your highest potential. Your brain was designed for one thing: survival. From a biological perspective, predictability means safety. If you know exactly what is going to happen today, your brain knows you're not going to die. And safety means you can conserve energy, avoid risk, and just repeat what already works. So when your life becomes comfortable, when your routines are easy, predictable, and familiar, your brain actually rewards you with a small sense of satisfaction. But you have to realize that it is not rewarding you because you are progressing. It is rewarding you because you're not risking anything. That is the ultimate trap. Research in neuroscience has shown time and time again that the brain grows the most when it is exposed to novelty, challenge, and uncertainty. When you try new things, when you solve difficult problems, or when you push beyond your familiar physical and mental limits, your brain actually forms a new neural pathways. This is the process of neuroplasticity. But when everything stays predictable and easy, the growth completely slows down to a halt. Your mind literally adapts to the level of challenge you give it. And if that challenge disappears, your personal development disappears right along with it. This biological reality explains something that so many people struggle to understand. It explains why someone can have a good job, a stable income, a comfortable daily routine, and still wake up every single morning feeling like something vital is missing from their life. That quiet restlessness you feel in your chest is not ingratitude. You're not just being unappreciative of what you have. That feeling is your unused potential. Potential is a strange thing. It does not just disappear overnight when you ignore it. It decays, it rots slowly, and often it happens completely without you noticing until it's too late. The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote nearly 2000 years ago that it is not that we have short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Comfort is easily the most efficient way to waste your time on earth. You do not waste time. You do not waste your life through massive failure or dramatic moments of laziness. You waste it through quiet delay because comfort does something very subtle and very dangerous to your perception of what actually possible. When you avoid discomfort for long and a challenge starts to feel abnormal, having a difficult conversation suddenly feels deeply threatening. Doing a few hours of hard focused work feels excessive and unfair. Taking a calculated risk starts to feel wildly irresponsible. You slowly being protecting your comfort more than you protect your own future. Psychologists sometimes describe a similar phenomenon as compliancy, but the roots go much deeper into what is known as a hedonic adaptation. Humans adapt extremely quickly to improved conditions. Think about the job you once dream about. Within a few months, it just becomes a daily routine. The lifestyle you once prayed for and felt so grateful for simply became your new normal. Comfort rises your expectations, but it does not raise your capability. So over time, you think more and more ease just to feel satisfied, but your tolerance for difficulty drops to near zero. This is losing equation. Nothing forces you to quit your goals. Nothing actively blocks your path. You simply stop stretching. And the brutal truth of nature is that what you do not stretch, you lose. Think about human muscle. If you never challenge a muscle, if you never place it under physical stress or resistance, it does not just stay the same. It actively becomes weaker over time. Atrophy sets in. Physical strength requires physical resistance. The exact same principle applies to your courage, your discipline, your creativity, and your ambition. The discomfort you avoid today slowly becomes the heavy limitation you are forced to live with tomorrow. This is exactly why so many high performers, athletes, and leaders intentionally introduce difficulty into their daily lives. They pursue extremely hard workouts, they sit in a freezing cold waters, they set demanding, almost unreasonable goals. They do not do this because suffering is somehow noble or because they blindly enjoy pain. They do it because resistance reveals who you really are, and more importantly, it forces growth. Former Navy SEAL David Goggins said it bluntly. He warned that you are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. It sounds harsh, but the vast majority of people living in the modern world, it is the absolute truth. We live in an era where everything is designed to remove friction from our lives. Food is delivered to our doors with the tap of a screen. Entertainment is infinite and instant. We live in a climate-controlled boxes and rarely have to push ourselves physically or mentally just to survive. Modern writing on resilience, like the ideas explored in the book The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter, suggests that our complete lack of evolutionary discomfort is exactly what is causing our modern spikes in anxiety and depression. Voluntary discomfort actually improves your long-term baseline of happiness, not short-term pleasure. But real deep fulfillment, true fulfillment, rarely comes from comfort alone. It comes from progress. It comes from building something difficult. It comes from looking in the mirror and realizing you have become someone stronger, sharper, and more capable than you were the day before. Now, it is crucial to understand that comfort itself is not the enemy. Reset is completely important. Recovery is biologically necessary. Peace is incredibly valuable. But when comfort becomes the primary goal of your life instead of temporary reward for your hard work, something inside of you begins to shrink. You start automatically choosing what is easy instead of what is meaningful. And easy choices rarely build anything great. Look at any life you truly admire. Look at any story of mastery, impact, or meaningful success. Behind the highlights and trophies, you will almost always find the exact same pattern. Years of sustained, deliberate discomfort in the service of something important. No constant, agonizing misery, but constant, intentional challenge. Growth absolutely demands friction. So the real question you need to ask yourself is not whether discomfort exists in your life. The question is whether you are choosing it intentionally or if you are running away from it. You are running away from it completely. You have to ask yourself honestly right now, where in life you have been choosing comfort over growth. Think deeply about this. Is there a difficult conversation with a friend, partner, or a boss that you have been avoiding for months? Is there a project or business idea you keep postponing because the research phase feels too confusing? Is there a skill you desperately want to develop, but you never start because you're afraid of looking like a beginner? Is there a risk in your gut you should take, but you keep delaying it until you feel completely ready? Most people already know the answers to these questions. The second I ask them, they just keep walking around the doorway instead of stepping through it. Because that place you are avoiding, that exact point of friction, is usually exactly where your next level of growth lives. The good news is that you do not need to become extreme overnight. You do not need to destroy your current life, quit your job, move to the mountains, or chase suffering just for the sake of suffering. You simply need to start introducing deliberate friction into the areas where things have become far too smooth. You need to practice small acts of intentional discomfort to remind your brain that you're still capable of doing hard things. When your instinct tells you to stay quiet in a meeting or relationship, force yourself to speak up. When you would normally relax on the couch after a long day of work, force yourself to train your body instead. When you catch yourself mindlessly consuming content for hours on end, force yourself to choose the app and build or create something instead. Send a difficult message. Start the messy first draft of the project. Ask the uncomfortable question. Take the step that feels slightly terrifying but deeply aligned with the man you actually want to become. You have a choice every single day between the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Comfort feels incredibly good today. It wraps you in a warm blanket and tells you everything is fine. But growth feels good for a lifetime. Years from now, when you are much older and looking back on the story of your life, you are not going to regret the days that challenge. You will not regret the late nights of effort. You will not regret failures, the rejections, or the struggles that forge your career. You will only regret the moments you choose comfort and convince yourself you call it living. If you are tired of letting comfort dictate your life and you're ready to actually build the discipline, confidence, and direction you are capable of, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm building a community of people who choose growth over ease every single week. Leave a comment below telling me exactly which uncomfortable action you are going to take today to break out of your comfort zone. I read every single one, and writing it down is your very first step toward accountability. Do not wait for tomorrow. Step into the friction today, and I will see you in the next video.